think they were logging up here around halfway or somewhere up in there, and I rode down the hill with Bernard or Art. We always called him Bernard.
Bernard.
And I don't remember what he was driving, but it seems to me like that old truck had 3 gear shifts on the floor, probably a lever for the differential, and then probably a brownie box on it, and however many gears the transmission actually had. And we started down out of there and had a couple big old logs on there, and he said, if I miss a gear, I'm gonna yell jump. And he said, don't say huh, because I don't think I didn't know if that was actually true or if he was just trying to impress me, but it impressed me.
That was true.
Yeah, that was true.
That was probably an old chain drive truck and barely had brakes, no, a little further along than
Probably
that.
newer than that.
Okay.
Was
That
that the
would have
time,
been in the,
was that the time when you, was drying out, we come up where he was logging out here somewhere, and it just rained like crazy, and we knew it was going to, and we got out, and you had cowboy boots, and we went up to Langdon Lake, at that park up there where there was we had a fire, and there was a chimney that come up out of it or something. You put your boots up over there, and one of them fell in the fire.
oh, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I thought that was Chuck. That was Chuck's boots, wasn't it?
Pardon?
Wasn't it Chuck's boots
Maybe it
that fell
was
in the fire?
Maybe it was
I think it was
Chuck's instead of Delbert.
Yeah.
Well, the
Possibly
first,
that, but that could be.
the first time I remember coming out, we was in an old 49 Chevy, and we camped out by Kimmer, Wyoming, and the next morning when we got up and started down the road, we all just slept on the ground.
It was what?
We all slept on the ground. It got really cold. Well, during the night, the rattlesnakes had crawled out on the highway where it was warm, and there was rattlesnakes from one end to the other of that thing. We sleeping on the ground, no wonder we didn't have snakes in bed with us.
When we went to Arizona, that's what happened. The first night we camped where there was pine trees, and it was really nice, and they put the tarp down and the mattresses on top, and it was really nice. I think we were in Colorado. Then I think we got into New Mexico, would it be, and next, and it was just barren. There was no, and it was getting evening, and so finally they just pulled off of the road out there between the railroad and the road, and put out the tarp and the mattresses, and we went to bed. And when we got up the next morning and started out every little bit, there was a snake in the road, and they were rattlesnakes. We had slept right there, a whole bunch of rattlesnake country.
Well, there didn't used to be motels along every,
Oh, there wasn't any
we
motels
couldn't
or
afford it.
towns or anything. I mean, you could go for miles and miles.
Still can.
Without, yeah, you still can, but you can go what we were going. This needs to go through.
Maybe for Randy and Roger's benefit, talk about Roy and I would go out to Brewster, Kansas and stay with Jim and Donna and Chuck and Beth. And they were, both of them were pretty newlyweds. And we'd go out at night with an old car headlight wired up to the battery and shoot jackrabbits. You'd shoot jackrabbits till you got so sick and tired of shooting you couldn't even pull the trigger anymore. I mean, they was so thick, they just clean a wheat field out away from the fence rows and stuff for several feet. And I think there was a bounty on them, but my goodness, you'd have had a semi to haul all the jackrabbits we shot. You just shoot, and had more fun. Back then, I could kayak like a dog. And Donna Jean was always, we'd be walking down the street in the car, I'd go by, she'd say, kayak. I'd kayak, and you'd see brake lights come on and squealing tires and people looking around. She got the biggest kick out of me kayak and scared, making people think they'd run over a dog. I wished I could do that, but my voice has changed.
I remember the time that
What say, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Roy.
when Charles Starkweather was on the loose.
Yes.
Lyle Hutchins.
Was a redhead.
Redhead,
Like Charles Starkweather.
very much. And Jim and Donna lived in a basement house in Alma. And Lyle and you and I went down to see Donna. We happened to be in Alma, I don't know, fishing or something. And like to scared her half to death.
We talked Lyle into going to the door.
She just knew,
Oh.
just knew that was
Delbert.
Charles Starkweather.
And I think that was the time while we was there, she made corned beef and cabbage. Do you remember that?
No.
And I know she just used corned beef out of a can and chopped up some cabbage and threw it in a skillet and fried it. Man, it was good. And Donna was not a cook. I mean,
Yeah.
she could burn water. But that, she cooked that and it was really good.
Yeah. And Jim was a good cook.
Yeah,
He could cook.
that's where
All of us get.
all you guys get.
Well,
You had a pretty good teacher and grandma.
let's take a little